Hello, and welcome to Fabritunes Explains the Wish Gone Wrong trope, and it goes right. So, before I get started, I'd like to explain a little bit of what this series of videos will be about since this is the first one in it. Okay, so, cartoon episode tropes. You know, rivals for a day, double booking, the misunderstanding, and so on. Doing research for these videos, I've noticed that the general consensus seems to be people are a bit apprehensive to use these tropes. They may think they're only meant to be filler, that they're only for kids to enjoy, they can't be done well. But, if you'll allow me to plant this little seed in your mind, I think cartoon episode tropes have insane potential. Look, it may come as a shock, but when I was a kid, I was obsessed with cartoons. I'd watch them all day, every day. And, beginning to end, my eyes were glued to the screen. I was invested. And, it may be another shock, but I still am obsessed with cartoons to this day. Some of the cartoons I watched were series, but many others were episodic. So, my point is, if you don't dismiss these tropes, if you take them seriously, you may just notice the simple yet strong formula behind them, which was literally created to captivate your audience and take them on a memorable journey, keeping them watching till the credits roll. So, in this series, what I'll be doing is dissecting each of these tropes into the bare formulas behind them that are tried and true. Keep something in mind though, I will only be showing you the most basic formula. From there, you can twist it, tweak it, subvert it, flip it on its head. In fact, I encourage you to. Okay, now let's get to the wish gone wrong. When we're writing any episode, the first thing that we're gonna do here is figure out what lesson the character is going to learn. And I think the lesson is the most important thing that you need. It's essentially the destination. Once we know it, we can craft the journey to get there. The lesson is also a reminder that you, as the writer, are the all-powerful being here, and that nothing that happens in the story is random. Everything leads to the lesson, and what doesn't gets cut out. Hearing the lesson is when you truly can gauge whether your character would benefit from the journey or not. For example, let's take today's lesson, which is essentially be grateful. If you heard that and you're like, well, but teaching them that would be unfair, because they do deserve better, they shouldn't conform. Then, that can spark some entirely different episode ideas. Okay, having said that, let's get to the wish gone wrong lesson. This one is, as I said, be grateful. And maybe also, water your grass. It's usually meant for a character who's envious, who looks at the glass half empty, who's absent from reality because they're too absorbed in their own negativity. It's for a character who needs a change in perspective. Okay, if the wish gone wrong trope does sound like a journey that makes sense for your MC, then let's take a look at the 3-act story structure. To explain this trope, and all of the other tropes that I'm gonna be making, I'm gonna use a little story. So, the characters that we're going to be working with today in the story are Normie Sister, who, she is a normie, and Extra Sister, who's extra. Normie Sister is upset. Why? Well, because today is a very important date. Today, it's the monthly family hike, and this is the outfit that her sister, Extra Sister, chose. She's always so weird, always going against the norm. The music she listens to, nobody listens to it. Her jokes make people uncomfortable. And her hair looks like Marge Simpson now that I think about it. Why? Why can't Extra Sister be normal for once? Okay, so that was the setup. You'll be using the setup to show the audience that the character is dissatisfied with their life. There's something they fixate on, something they fantasize about being different, something that they feel incapable or unwilling to fix on their own. Most likely, it's a surface level thing. A wise person once said, if a couple has constant heated fights about the dishes, then it's not really about the dishes. Well, in the setup, show me the dishes. That night, Normie's sister stumbles upon a magic lamp with a genie inside. The genie tells her,
I'll grant you a wish, anything you want, but be careful what you wish for, because once it's done, there's no turning back.
Normie's sister lights up. This is what she's been waiting for, so she tells the genie, I wish for my sister to be normal, like me.
Tomorrow, when you wake up,
Says the genie.
your wish will be granted.
And so Normie's sister goes to sleep. She can't wait to see how things are going to be from now on. Inciting incident. A magical solution falls right on the character's lap. It doesn't have to be magical per se. What I mean by magical is it's just too good to be true. It's the possibility of the life that they want without the hard emotional work of fixing the actual deep-rooted issue. Make sure that your character isn't shoved into this situation by the plot. Your character should be the one making an active decision to trade their current life for the one they want. After a very ordinary-looking family hike, it's decided. Extra sister is now normal, and Normie's sister couldn't be any happier. Now, she only dresses in dull colors that blend in with the crowd. The only music that she listens to is what's on the radio, and she never skips small talk. Her two favorite conversational topics are traffic and the weather. Now, the sight of her sister doesn't bother Normie's sister anymore. This is what she's always wanted. First half of the second act. The new life is just as great as the character thought it would be. At this point, showing contrast is the best idea. Take a look at the setup you wrote. Was your character complaining that the weather was too rainy? Now, it's sunnier than it has ever been. Let your character play around in their dreamy, happy reality for a while until the midpoint hits them. Everything is great. Extra sister is normal. Well, maybe she's a bit too normal. Now, she isn't interested in watching ridiculous movies and laughing together like they used to. The art projects that she would love to make together back then, she doesn't see the point anymore. The silly post-it notes that she used to leave around the house, gone. The happy faces that she would add to the dishes she made, gone. Her essence, her soul is gone. And while Normie's sister thought this was what she wanted before, she's not so sure anymore. Midpoint. The character starts missing their old life. They get a glimpse of the idea that maybe the thing they wanted so bad was never actually going to make them happy. Normie's sister tells herself that she just needs time to get used to no longer extra sister. She shoves her bad feelings to the back of her mind. She denies to herself the fact that she could have possibly made a mistake. Everything was perfect 2 story beats ago. So maybe, if she stays positive, the fact that she misses what she had before and that she might be regretting her decision will eventually go away. Second half of the second act. The character ignores the red flags and tries their best to be as happy about this new reality as they were in the beginning. It's the sunniest day ever, and they pretend like they're not tired of so much sun already and that they don't kind of miss the rain. It's the next monthly family hike, and no longer extra sister doesn't go with them this time. It's weird to do a family hike every month, she says. And that is how Normie's sister fully knows that she has messed up. Now, she's desperate to revert the wish and get her sister back. She tries everything, but to no avail. As much as she showers her sister in her old interest again and again, it's fruitless. Extra sister is gone forever. And Normie's sister has to live with what she's done. Dark moments. Here, the character finally fully accepts that they have made a huge mistake and that they don't want this new life anymore. They want their old life back. But they also know there's no getting it back. They're stuck with this bad decision forever. Everything is lost. Until Normie's sister realizes a loophole. When she made her wish, she said, I wish for my sister to be normal, like me. And that's when she gets a glimpse of hope. This whole time, extra sister's personality had bothered Normie's sister because Normie's sister wasn't brave enough to show off her own uniqueness and be herself. And seeing somebody who did constantly reminded her of how she could be living freely, but wasn't because of her fear of rejection. So now she knows what she has to do. She has to be herself. Aha moment. So, we've already said that there's an underlying issue that the character has been ignoring, and instead they've been focusing on a surface level thing, right? Well, in the dark moment, the character is so desperate that they would do anything to get their old life back. Anything, even if it means actually facing the real issue and fixing it from the root. Well, in the aha moment, they get one last chance to revert the wish, as long as they do exactly that. Make them put in the effort, water their grass, understand that there's no shortcuts to having the life that they want. Normie sister finally lets go of all the fears and social expectations that were holding her back. Now she's truly herself, and just like that, extra sister is back to normal, maybe even more extra than before. And while this whole wish gone wrong adventure is over, things are better than before, because the reason Normie sister was dissatisfied in the first place has now been worked on at the very root of the issue. So her sister's personality doesn't bother her anymore. And resolution! So, they finally fix the issue, and the plot rewards them with their old life back. Except, this time, it's better than before, because whatever was making them dissatisfied, they've already addressed it and taken action. And that was the wish gone wrong trope. I hope you guys liked it, and if you rate it, tag me.